Hey everyone, today I received several emails asking how to correctly format your MLA header, and so I just wanted to make a quick tutorial to walk you through that. That way, by the time you submit your final essay, your header is exactly the way it needs to be. So the first thing that I need to do on my document is I need to make sure that I'm using the correct font and font size. You should be using your Times New Roman font, so I'm going to make that change now. And you should also be using font size 12. Next, your MLA header should only be on one page, your first page. And so to make sure that my header is only on page 1, I need to make sure I'm typing in the body section of the document and not treating it as an actual header. If I treat it as an actual header, my name will be on every single page, and that's not exactly what we want. So I'm going to make sure my cursor is in the body, and it is. So the first thing you need to do is include the student's name. I'm going to include my own. Then you need to include your teacher's name. For the sake of this example, I'm going to use the name of my favorite college professor. And then you give me the class name, which is English 9. And the last thing you need to provide is the date. Now the date is formatted a little bit strange. You actually need to give me the day first, then the month, and then the year. Now I also need to make sure that my header is double spaced. So to do that, I'm going to highlight this entire chunk. I'm going to go to the spacing feature and down to double. Next, I also need to include my last name and page number in the upper right-hand corner. But this has to be on every single page of my essay. So to do that, I'm going to go to Insert, down to Headers and Footers, and I'm going to select Header. You'll notice, though, that it automatically brings my cursor to the left-hand side, but my last name and page number actually needs to be on the right-hand side. So to change this, I'm going to go to the Align feature, and I'm going to select Right Align. Now my cursor is on the side that it should be. So here, I'm going to type my last name, but I also need to include the page number. So to include the page number, I'm going to go down to Options and Page Number and hit Apply. Because it's highlighted gray there, it's letting me know that it's going to automatically update the page number. So if I'm typing on page 2 and 3, it's going to number those pages correctly. One more thing I want to point out to you is that the font that's used here is different than the font I've used here. So I have the power to control that as well. So I'm going to highlight this entire chunk, and I'm going to go over to my font selection, and I'm also going to change the size so that everything is uniform. And that is how we appropriately make our MLA header. If you have any questions about anything that I've talked to you about in this video, feel free to send me an email and I'll answer those questions as soon as I can. Bye everybody!